What is going on, guys? It is Chris here and welcome back to another video. Today is July 18th. It's near the end of the trading day. We have about 13 minutes left, but I've basically wrapped up everything that I have going on runners and all my positions. And so I want to explain to you guys the three trades that we took today, how I knew to get into them, what they ran to and whatnot. So the three trades that we took were all SPX. We got two positions on calls and one on puts. The first one went to 22%, 450%, and then 76% the top off the day. So for the first trade that we did, I know exactly what we were doing here, and it was actually a test of our VPOC. So in the morning, I'm obviously looking at the ES chart, the futures chart here. What we're looking at is a touch to this VPOC, which is this red line or this blue zone that I charted out. So what I'm looking at is this initial rejection that we have. We have a sharp decline to the downside, and when I'm looking at this with my 9 EMA, let me switch over to the 3-minute here. When we're looking at this with the 9 EMA, we're seeing that it's actually holding a 9 EMA very nicely, even on these wicks to the bottom. So I actually buy calls right in through here, and then these ones go for 22%. Boom, a touch, that's all we wanted. And the rejection obviously implies that it's going to now start reversing to the downside, and so that quick 22% is completely fine with me, right? The next trade that we made was our big banger of the day. We had 450%, and I'll tell you, this just hit $54. So 5.4 thousand a contract. Absolutely insane. But I sold my last runner at basically half that, nearly 1,200% right now, I believe. That's just absolutely crazy. But what we're looking at on this trade is actually a triple bottom sort of trend line resistance that we're seeing on SPY, SPX here. And so first thing I do is actually chart out the low a day. So 3886.5, which is right there. Switch this over to a little yellow line right there. And then I have my trend line resistance or support right there. So let's go over to the 1-minute chart to look at the exact entry that I had. So what we're looking at is a break of this trend line. Now we have nice overextension to the down to the upside here, right? So we have a breakout to the upside. And now what we're looking for is actually not continuation of the upside. This is sort of bearish chop, right? So we have downside chop like this. That's the first thing I'm looking at in the morning. And when we break, we have one, two, call it 3 bottoms. That's basically in the range of $1. So I'm going to call that a triple bottom. When it tests the 4th time, I've basically never seen SPX come up after a break, have a weak break, and then come all the way back down, test this, and then somehow it goes to the upside again, a quadruple bottom, right? It's very, very unlikely that you're going to see that. This initial trend line break told me, okay, lean short right here. I see the break of the low a day. I'm holding through this little chop right here, the retest, and then boom, we're printing in through here, and I sold the runners, I think somewhere in through here. That's when we entered our call position. That I'm going to explain next, but that is the trade. Basically, triple bottom almost never happens 3 times in a row, or 4 times in a row. You're going to see triple bottoms, double bottoms. I've never seen it happen 4 times on a bottom, unless it's on a larger time frame with more time between them, right? This is not enough time. It's like an hour time between that. Now, the last trade that we took were SPX calls. I kind of was trying to snipe a bottom, ended up printing, right? But what we did is we entered these ones. When did we enter these ones? We got these ones at around 12:05, and so this was right in here. I'm spotting some sort of volume to the upside, right? So I look at my 3-minute chart, and I'm spotting that we actually do have some very nice bullish volume in through here. We have a lot of buys, and our sellers are obviously selling off on all these big downtrends, but our buyers are actually taking a little bit of control. There's like a large block right here of buyers, and so I'm looking at calls. We enter them right in through here. Right after we closed our put position, and then those end up going from 3, entered at 3.5, and then ended up exiting at 4.7 and 5.2. So let's go to the smaller time frame in through here. This is our entry right there, and then very small move. It's from 44 all the way up to 53. I mean, it's 10 points, but near the close, 0 DTE, so obviously risky. Those are the 3 trades we did today. Hopefully you guys understand this main one here, which is just the trend line break to the downside, right? As well as our low a day break. If you ever see this sort of pattern, it's just a very, very common structural pattern that you're going to see. SPX is never going to, bottom once, bottom twice, nearly 3 times, break to the upside, and then have this downtrending move and not break. That's just an overwhelming amount of sellers. So keep that in mind. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Peace, guys.